You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, 833-212-1017. So, I'm looking at my email. I roll in. By the way, you're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, live from the American Family Insurance Studio in Radio City. And I was looking at my email. And I got an email. I got an update from the city of Milwaukee, right? And the update from the city of Milwaukee is from Alderman Khalif Rainey, dated today. Milwaukee's sister city, Irpin, Ukraine, has been under siege for weeks by invading Russian forces, and agencies have been listed to facilitate aid to those affected by this crisis. And it goes on to talk about a comment he made and gives us United for Ukraine Fund and the WHO Foundation and Ukraine Crisis Relief Fund. And it also tells us about St. Michael's, a Ukrainian Catholic church on the south side of Milwaukee, where you can make a donation. But then I thought that was kind of strange, right? Because as I go back and look at the District 7 news releases, right, the 7th Aldermanic District, and it talks about Wisconsin Help for Homeowners Program and joint statement on the passing of Dr. Lester Carter and reinstatement of ballot drop boxes, and trains manufactured in Milwaukee find a new home in Lagos State, Nigeria, and on and on and on. I'm thinking the only thing in January is he mentions the unfortunate shooting of the young lady who was an employee at Burger King. And so I understand all these things are in his district. Am I missing something? Like, am I missing something that we've had 42 homicides as of yesterday? 44 homicides in 2022, 23 more than last year. That's got to be in the 90th percentile, right? In terms of extra. That's well, let's see. 91%. There's a 91% increase year to date on homicides. And this number changes based on the instances and the information given and 91% increase. Anybody talking about that? No. And I am not unsympathetic to the Ukrainians. I'm not. It's unfortunate there's a war there. Civilians have died, children have died, women have died, men who were not fighting have died, elderly have died, and it's an atrocity. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and why aren't we discussing and fighting and screaming and hollering about homicides in Milwaukee and crime in Milwaukee? And where are the mayoral candidates? But more importantly, where are all of the alders? I still don't know why we call them that. Why are all the alder men and alder women who are actually, like, where's the screaming and the hollering? If I were an alderman, I would be actually out protesting crime. But instead, we're sending out press releases supporting Ukraine. Now, I get it. We support Ukraine. But do we ever give this much detail for Black people that need help? For homicide victims, burglary victims, robbery victims, theft victims, car theft victims? We just had a woman killed by a reckless driver. Man, nobody really said anything. If we're going to scream and holler about something, wouldn't we scream and holler about that? I mean, it's unfortunate that a young man was taken into custody for it. Why aren't we screaming for help for him to figure out how he got into the position to be driving a car? How are we going to talk about we love a city when we need to get into the habit of screaming how the young man that killed the dean from Marquette, who just got sentenced to 2.5 years, which on both sides must be a travesty, because I never knew you could kill somebody with a car and get 2.5 years. But then how do you even get into the position where he tried to get his girlfriend to lie and say she was driving and he was intoxicated and didn't have the driver license? Do we complain about that? Nope, absolutely not. The people that can pick the garbage up that people throw out of their cars in the community are the same people that pass ordinances in the city of Milwaukee, and I haven't seen a garbage truck or anybody picking up anything. If you're at the House of Correction, if y'all want to spend some of my taxpayer money, people to pick up the garbage, what you really need to do is find the people that dump it out of their car. That's what we need to do. But no, we'd rather help Ukraine. We'd rather send money all the way overseas than to send it right downtown to help people here. What's the hunger place? The hunger place down on Fond du Lac? I don't think it's Hunger Task Force. I forget what you call it. Feeding America. In the news the other day, hurting for food, running out of food. People are starving. The economy is going in a toilet. Inflation is killing everybody that makes under $40,000, $50,000 a year. And I'm gonna tell you, under $100,000 a year, they're struggling. Before you send your money to Ukraine, how about Feed America? Then if you want to send your money to Ukraine, send your money to Ukraine. But let's try literally and figuratively feeding America first. That's all I'm saying. It's ridiculous. Of all the things, all the garbage we have in the street. But you know, I got a suggestion about that. We talk about all the garbage in the street. Before we get that up, we just might want to clear out the garbage in the Common Council chambers in Milwaukee.
Ken's Truth.